Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. The NFL uncovered who will perform at the current year's Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar will raise a ruckus around town at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans anyway. What has people talking the most is that in spite of the way that Lil Wayne's old neighborhood is facilitating the game, he was not chosen to perform. Now Lil Wayne himself has voiced his gigantic frustration with the reality that he's not ready to perform at the Super Bowl and has now defied Kendrick Lamar on live, ready to move on and not look back. Going to say thank you. I'm going to say thank you to each voice, each assessment, all the consideration, all the adoration furthermore. The help out there as your words go into the arms, and it held me up when I attempt to fall back. That hurt a parcel. You know what I'm talking about, it hurt a ton. I fault myself for not being intellectually ready for a letdown also, for just naturally, intellectually setting myself in that position like someone let me know that was my situation, so I fault myself. For that in any case, I felt that was nothing. You know, I thought there was nothing better compared to that spot and that stage in they city, and so it hurt a ton, and fans have been sharing their blended responses to Lil Wayne's reaction with different posts. Expressing things like, man, there is nothing more grounded than a man who can concede his hurt, you great brother. Your day is coming, brother, continue to push Wayne, don't allow that to get you down, you are new, or leans Lil Wayne got inspiration to drop new music, simply one more page in his story. It's a subtle cue. Lighters up rappers and famous people have been posting their viewpoints via virtual entertainment. Be that as it may, Drake stands apart since he has protected Lil Wayne and sent subconscious about Kendrick Lamar, even after their diss track meet following the disclosure that Kendrick Lamar will be the primary fascination for the Super Bowl 59 halftime show in 2025. Drake, who has a well-established contention with Kendrick, appeared to unpretentiously yet intentionally gauge in on Wednesday, September 11th. The 37-year-old rapper from Canada shared 5 pictures of Lil Wayne on Instagram despite the fact that Drake didn't explicitly address Kendrick. Lamar being chosen for the halftime execution, the timing of his post persuaded many fans to think it was his approach to suggesting that Lil Wayne ought to have been the one taking place stage this activity probe. Emptily made guesses among fans about what Drake was really attempting to convey due to the way that the Super Bowl is being held in New Orleans. It isn't as to be expected that discussions about whether or not Lil Wayne, a rap legend and local of New Orleans, has the right to address his city on such a terrific scope have been seething. The fact that Drake and Lil make it prominent Wayne are close. Drake's vocation was significantly helped by Wayne, and it shows up that Drake is supporting his coach without expressing it. Without holding back by delivering these photos soon after the Super Bowl results, Drake seems, by all accounts, to be underwriting Lil Wayne, which is adding to the conversation in regards to who ought to truly become the overwhelming focus at Super Bowl 59. Kendrick Lamar is featuring the Super Bowl rather than Lil Wayne. The Super Bowl is being held in New Orleans, which is close to nothing. Wayne City, Jay-Z picked Kendrick, all things being equal, since Jay-Z works with Rock Country, who has an organization with the Super Bowl. Individuals say he did it in spite of rubbish. Ideally, that is not the situation. After this, Kendrick showed up in the Super Bowl business and went after D, he said. There's just a single and open door to win a title. There's no cycle to respond to Drake, since Drake said he was prepared for cycle 2 last week. I mean, indeed, it's an exercise in futility to request a cycle 2. When Drake hypothetically, if Drake said there was no cycle 2 and hypothetically on the off chance that Kendrick said he needed cycle 2, everyone would call Drake terrified. The monster currently over Drake requirements to deal with it. However, is it over? 'Cause we're actually discussing it. Finished. Drake's profession is over. For what reason ought to Kendrick resurrect it? He's not dead. He's as yet the main decoration for the present. Kendrick won't be, nevertheless Drake. So number 1 on the so then. At that point, the title isn't ready to be done. At any rate, do you think Lil Wayne ought to be head of Super Dishes being head in New Orleans, which is Lil Wayne City? I believe it's extremely odd. Lil Wayne isn't performing yet. I can comprehend why Kendrick would perform. What could perhaps cause them to pick Kendrick Lamar over a Lil Wayne? Well, at the present time, Kendrick Lamar is individual's winner, right? And he has a great deal of force, a ton of energy, and a ton of what, so Kendrick's seen as a more up-to-date craftsman who would carry more eyes to the Super Bowl in little manner. Kendrick Lear better, a little way. I wouldn't go similar to saying that as what late French vocation is dead. Kendrick Lear is better than minimal sorry cash. Wendy is hing, and given that the Super Bowl is being held in his old neighborhood and all that he has achieved in his profession, it would have seemed okay for him to be the one acting before such an enormous swarm where everything began for him. The thing is, Lil Wayne has said for some time now he needed to be called up for the New Orleans Super Bowl and had it on his list of must-dos as far as possible back in 2023, so the reason he's simply being utilized in the Drake and Kendrick fight is finished. Super Bowl in New Orleans coming up too. Not certain what year it is. 25. Next, better believe it. I'm simply telling them they know who they got a call from. From New Orleans, they know who they got to see. I was brought into the world there. So, simply telling them I don't know whether they realize that I am from New Orleans, so definitely only one method for doing it. The NFL and Jay-Z collaborated in 2019 to create the halftime execution, which has made Jay-Z the DO face of decision-making regardless of whether you concur with it. This further confuses matters. Jay-Z is an icebreaker all alone, yet when you include Kendrick in his fight with Drake alongside Drake's affiliations with individuals who have their own concerns with Jay-Z, and additionally, Kendrick, you have the makings of a nationwide conflict all around a 13-minute creation piece that was made during a football matchup. Before we go any further into the video, what are your folks' considerations on this whole circumstance? Do you think Lil Wayne had the right to title the 2025 Super Bowl, or is Kendrick Lamar the better entertainer for such an occasion? Remark down beneath. Drake is only one of numerous celebs who have voiced their perspectives. Another nearby companion of Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, moreover, voiced her perspectives via online entertainment. This too will pass her message starts yet how you have helped the hip bounce culture will remain. It will stand the long-term trial. Commonly our most noteworthy and most dehumanizing test is only a way for God to gain the appreciation you were basically utilized in a conflict of self-images to individuals who are void inside. The sum total of what they have is their impermanent power. From all that we found in the present video, it's reasonable that Lil Wayne had the right to feature the 2025 SUPERBOWL in New Orleans, taking into account it's where his profession begun and the reality he's been so vocal about needing to feature it for over a year now. Assuming anything, it's incredibly insolent on Jay-Z's. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.